Hello, everyone. This is my blog for the week, I guess. Um, we're gonna kind of go over a couple things, just what's going on. Come on, over here, sunshine. Hello. Hopefully, everyone's doing well. Um, kind of started off with the heavy stuff. I guess next thing we should go over is what am I doing? Answer: who knows? Really, no. I'm kind of in an odd position. And I know I'm going to be taking some breaths because this is a sort of thing I'm not really good at. Emotions are not my strong suit. And I know it. But that's okay. Because we're learning. And, learning. If I can type again. Learning is okay. So, some people are asking, I'm sure, why YouTube? If I can spell correct, this is why VidMe, why video games. And I'm kind of, it's an answer that I had to kind of ask myself. I would like this to work. I'd like this channel to grow into something that people can enjoy. I looked at the numbers first and I wasn't good at it. I'm always someone who tries to look at data first. Because I think if you know what's going on, then you can act accordingly. So why all this? Really, not much else I can do right now. Right now I have zero supplies. Currently, I'm trying to do this. This is also a vent. If I didn't do anything, I'd probably go completely postal. I'm someone that has to be doing something. And every time I'm not, I feel like I'm wasting time. And I've had too many friends pass that I cannot waste time. I have to respect time. And this disease made me do that. These issues made me do that. I learned a lot more from it. I just hope I learned enough. Because so many people don't even try. They look at it and go, oh, I wish I could have done this. I wish I could have tried. I've tried. I've failed a lot. I have failed an amazing amount of times. But I learned from them. And you gotta pick your battles. Right now, this is a battle I'm picking. YouTube, VidMe, content creation here. I put my blog on hold so I could focus on this. I need to get this one. And why video games? Why games at all? Some people, have known I can pontificate, I can talk, I'm sometimes intelligent-ish. Games are kind of my home turf. I studied game theory for a long time, psychology. And I don't agree with how some games are going. I don't like where some things are heading. Good example, Magic. We have a group of people in Magic right now that is completely out of line, I believe. They are overblown. They are sometimes pompous. And they don't think of the future. Wonderful example. At the last Grand Prix I didn't want a net deck. I wanted to do something else because why not? So I made a cheap deck. It was like $40, blue with it was Thing in the Ice, And I just wanted to do well. That way I would have to have a judge actually call out what the deck was called, and you have to write your name. And my deck was called Mr. Huggle's Story Time. And most deck names are like Green White Vamps or Green Black Vamps or Green White Elves or Tokens or whatever. So if you can get a judge to say, the deck is called Mr. Huggle's Story Time. Which, honestly, I actually had some people look at the deck and they looked at it and said, wow, that's actually a nice idea. You could have worked a little bit. You could have used some Jace. Jace cards at that time were like $40 each. And the whole deck was like that. But during these Grand Prix, you get like some cards, and everyone is just so stingy. They're just rude sometimes. And just, I mean, act with respect. One person who was in a different event, he was a father with 2 kids. And we were having just a rough time of it. I was having some bad draws. He was just not having good cards to work with. And he knew it. He knew he couldn't face and win, but he wanted to fight. He wanted to give it a try. And his 2 kids loved to play. They were very nice, but they were having issues. One kid had an insect deck, the other had a werewolf deck, I think. Werewolf vampires, but basically black. We'll go over into mana, basically. But I draw my packs, and I get, like, the main Spider Ultra Rare, or I think Mystic Rare. And I could have sold this card for like $60 on the spot in easy cash. And I had the Black Planeswalker. I think, yeah, Black Planeswalker. And I don't use black. Green is like my main color. Blue I just did because I thought it was fun. What was funny is version of the deck, red and blue, won the next tournament. So I wasn't too far off. It was a good idea. Need to polish it, but still. But yeah, I get these cards, and this guy's just not having good luck, and the kids are having a rough time, and I am at this point, I am not. I mean, I'm having fun, but I'm not trying to win every match. I'm not trying to kill everything, and people can see it. And some people are like, "Oh, you shouldn't be." It's like, bite me. And this kid is just one of their kids, the young guy. He does a little bit better. I have to face the young girl. She's in my thing. It's like, okay, fine. And she's having like draw issues. She drew out a turn. She's new. She just picked up the game 6 months ago. It's like, okay. I had full right to go and call a judge and take the victory. Judge actually came by. He's like, well, do you want to... No, I don't want to do anything. Well, why? Because my record blows. My record... 3 more points will not end me, and they will not save me. So, whatever. And the guy actually heard this, and the judge is like, okay, well, if you have any problems, okay, whatever. And, I mean, it was a fun game. It just... Those moments are so rare. She actually had to talk to me. He's like, why did you do that? I mean, you could have... Yeah, I could have won, but... Those moments... I was the older player. I was the respectful one. I had to teach how a player acts. I showed them you do it with compassion. You do it with respect. And you do it just knowing, hey, these people are coming from different backgrounds. Give it a break. I think it was like, it was 2-1 me, and she was wondering what my deck did, and she had like bad draws. Like, I'll just let it go. And then she figured out what my deck did. It's like, oh wow, because of course I drew perfectly. So I basically had like an 8/8 on turn 3, and she's like, that's bad. Yeah, thing in the ice. Oof. If it worked, it would have been wonderful. But it had some moments. But that's okay. Eventually, we start playing the last game, and she's happy. She's just having fun now, and I'm not, giving her a roast. And basically, we get some players. Well, you should have done this. Bite me. And this guy's watching me. It's like, I'm sorry, but you're probably the most respectful player I've ever seen. It's like, I'm sorry that's the case. I'm a complete asshole. He just kind of laughs. Like, yeah, that's great. And I'm looking at the cards and I see their decks. Like, hey. And I take the spider. It's like, huh, you need this, right? And he was like, yeah, but I don't have anything to trade. This guy's like 7 or 8 years old. I don't use spiders. It's green, but eh. I could have sold it, but eh. You're going to hear eh a lot because this moment is kind of what gets me. I give him the card. I give her the Planeswalker. They go, well, what do you want? It's like, I don't want anything. I'm not going to use them. It would be chaff for me. I mean, I had some memories. I made some fun. I tasted the Euros. They sucked. I got to remember to start bringing my lunches. I could probably make a fucking packet on it. Just making food for Magic players. Jeez. Just easy to eat, delicious food that doesn't get grease everywhere. If I could do that, I'd probably make a mint. But that moment, the guy's looking at me, and I just gave like $100 worth of cards. Just off the draw. He's like, well, why are you doing this? I have to kind of go... Because I've been the person who wants to win at all costs. I've been the person who net decks. I've been the person who homebrews. I've been it all. I've done it all. I've done very well. I haven't won a Grand Prix yet. I feel that, with time it may come. I know that my mind's in the right place, and I know my research is good. So I know when I get supplies, I can do it. But there's also a part of it where you have to teach people how to play the game in the spirit of the game. We had issues with judges, and I mean, we had issues just all over the board. The judges made some pretty stupid calls, and they got rightfully roasted for it. But here's the thing. Those kids are going to remember. They're going to play that game. They may stop one day, but they're going to remember, hey, I wanted to do this. I was at this thing, and this guy got the card I wanted, and he could have sold it, and he could have done all this, and he gave it to me. And they're going to remember that memory, and they're going to have it in their mind to Magic the Gathering. I will be that memory. And they may not play again after that, but they're going to go, hey, I know that, yeah. They're going to give, some thought to those Magic players, because some of them are wonderful people. And some of them are raging dickbags. But those are the moments that I want to help make. I want to make games like that again. I want to make this channel something like that. And it's not going to be perfect. I'm not going to be... I know there's going to be commenters one day eventually, because I don't have a whole lot of subscribers, but that's okay because this is fun. I'm going to put this here because ranting, venting, story time, yada, yada, yeah. So, that's the moment I want. I want to make this something. I'm not going to be a Jacksepticeye. I'm too dark for that. I'm not going to be Markiplier. He's a nice guy. I'm a raging asshole. I am a villain. But villains can do amazing things. And I want to be Ak, the villain that people remember for games. Because games do a lot. They can make families come together. You can learn a lot from them. And I'm going to do stories and whatnot. And I'm going to try and expand. I want to make people laugh. I want to make them have that moment. Not to remember me, but to remember the whole. Maybe laugh. If I can get you to laugh at something that people think is taboo sometimes, how you have to have an opinion that must match. If I can make you laugh when saying, yeah, that's kind of stupid. I've done it. I've done it. I've done a wonderful thing. if I can make you look at me playing Pokemon and go, this person puts way too much thought into it, but it's a funny story. And you know, maybe some of these Pokemon players are kind of cool. This person's a raging Looney Tune. But if I can make that better for everybody else, then I should. Goal for this channel, like major goal, I have a silver play button. If I do that, wonderful. In fact, if I do that, my mother hates video games. She played a couple and she just got on this whole thing about them. And that's one of the things that we never really agreed on, and it kind of hurts. Because these things are imagination to me. You can build something. It's interactive. It's fun. You can build a story with characters, and you could have fun with them. And she just thought it was all stupid. And that's why she made a bet with me, saying 100,000. If you get that silver play button, one day, playing video games with Mom. My mom had a stroke, and that's part of the reason why and this is going to be a long rant, and I'm sorry. My mother had a stroke a while ago. She's in her 50s now. She needs help. I don't know how to help her. I don't know how to help myself. I'm trying. I don't know. But I gotta focus. I gotta push myself. I gotta do my best. And I want that one day. Just give me one day. Give me one day where she looks at it and she goes, you know, these games can bring people together. These games can do good. Even if it's 100,000 people calling me an asshole. Just give me one day. Because I don't know how many days she has left. I've been told multiple times someone with the severity of a stroke she had should be dead by now. And everyone thinks that she'll be fine. She may live to be 100. I don't know, but I'm looking at the numbers, and the numbers aren't good. And they scare me. Because my mother and I, we've had some bad blood. I'm not going to lie. And she knows it. But we've tried to make it up. We've tried to grow, and if anything else, just give me one day. Just give me one day. Because she'll honor it. But I need that one day, and I will do everything to get that one day. I just want one day. Because if I can do it, then you know what? I may just have enough in me. Just enough to make something happen. I may just get it through. Get it to people that never thought that games can be good. They can be wonderful things. So, I am probably, I'm about 1848. Sorry for the rant. So, let's do this. Let's give you the too long didn't read version. I want my one day with my mom. Playing games. I want games to be known for good. As good. I am scared that I may fail. I know my chances are slim. I am not good with emotion. But I am not dead yet. So that means it is time to fight still. If I got 100,000, if I can get... People are like, well, you can live off that. Really, for me, that's nice. I would love to have like a place where I can do this more. I can control my surroundings, but that's part one. It's not the main thing. There are friends, people you would love to see. I know people who really don't get what they deserve. I don't want to see if I can make that change. Portland is such a wonderful place. Yes, it's been pretty bad right now. But you know what? Portland's an odd city. It's an amazing city. And I think if I can make something happen, if I can make games good, what can I do? How can I shake things up? How can I make better? Because I'm the kind of person, I want better. I want more. I don't care if, it's mine or someone else's. I want something to be better. And this may be the oddest way to get it, but that's what I want. So, yeah. Sorry about the venting. Things have been kind of rough lately, as you could probably guess. But hopefully, if you guys just want to talk about things, leave messages below. I will read them. I will get back to you when I can. I wish I had more happy stories. I'm not really in a happy place in my life right now, but we'll get there. We will try. So, thank you for listening. My name is Mr. Big T Anderson, and I am a crazy villain. I am, some people will say, a complete oddball, and I make a bunch of dumb voices. But I'm not gone yet. And if anyone thinks that they can't make it because of a situation, you're not dead yet. So the game is still on. And that means it's time to fight. You guys try to have a good one. Hopefully this helps. Maybe a little bit more comfort for you. Have a good day, everybody.